Have you ever wondered how to bring your interior design ideas to life in 3D? But learning a new software to do this can be frustrating, and learning how to make anything else in beginner's guides can be even more frustrating. And if this is you, look no further. I'm going to show you how to model the room, how to light it, how to add materials to it, how to add furniture, and how to animate the interior. We are going to use a software called Blender. I'll show you all the necessary functions that you need in Blender to do this along the way. Let's get started. First up is modeling the room. This is our workspace. We got a cube, a camera, and a light. Down here you will see what I am pressing, and you can follow along. We are going to edit this cube to make it our room. Click on this cube and press tab. Now press G, Z, 1 and enter. It moves your cube along the Z axis by 1 meter. Press tab to go back to the object mode. Now press N. We can change the location, rotation, scale, and size here. Click here and enter the height of the room that you want to create. The interior I am designing is 3.3 meters in height, and it is 6 meters long and 5 meters wide. To see the front of the cube, press numpad 1. Press numpad period key to focus on the cube. I am going to look through the camera now. Press numpad 0 holding down Ctrl and Alt keys. We just move the camera to our view. Now click anywhere on this outline to select the camera. We can change the location of the camera here. These XYZ directions are fixed. However, depending on the location of the camera, we need to change the Y value to go inside the cube. Click and hold here and drag to the right in order to move the camera into the plane of the screen. Now we are inside the cube. I'm changing the Z value as well. It is our camera height. To do additional changes, we can change the properties of the camera. We are doing most of our work looking through the camera. That's why we need to do all of these. Change the focal length to see a wider area. Our next step is creating a hole in the cube to add a window later. So click anywhere in this cube and press tab. You are in the edit mode now. Press R holding the Ctrl key and move the cursor up like this until you see this line. Then scroll down using the mouse, or use the 2 fingers as you do when you are scrolling using a touchpad if you are using a laptop. Scroll down until you have 4 lines like this and click. Then press escape to apply it to the cube. These lines are called as loop cuts. Now do the same for this side too. We need bit more loop cuts here. In fact, I want to divide this face into 12 faces. So I'll add 11 loop cuts. Oh yeah, we can do the modifications over here. Press 3 to go to the face select mode. In this mode, we can select faces and faces only. To select multiple faces, select while holding down the shift key like you usually do. I'm going to extrude these faces away. Press E, type in 0.5 and press enter. It would automatically extrude in the direction that is normal to the selected faces. Hit X to delete these faces. Select Faces option. I'm going to extrude several faces in this side to make a TV fit into the wall, like a TV wall. Select this face and press numpad period key to focus on that. You can rotate the view by moving your usual 2 fingers on the touchpad. Or you can press the middle mouse button and hover around if you are using a mouse. Now select these 5 faces. Press numpad 0 to go to the camera view. Press E, then 0.35 and enter. This would extrude the faces by 0.35 meters like this. By the way, if this video is being helpful to you so far, press the like button so this can reach to more people. The next step is adding a balcony. Press 2 to switch to the edge select mode where you can select edges and edges only. This is how you zoom. We have to select these edges in wireframe and X-ray modes. To see the objects better, we can use these modes. Click over here to go to those modes. Now select these edges like so. Press E, then Y. You have to select the axis along which you want to extrude, since you are not extruding the faces but edges. Then type by how much you want to extrude and enter. Then select these 2 edges as well. Extrude them in the Z direction by 0.85 meters. Press tab to go back to the object mode. We need to apply the scale for the next step. Press Ctrl plus A, select Scale. Now the changes we did to the cube are applied properly. Press Tab to go back to the edit mode, select these edges, and press B holding the Control key. Move the cursor a bit away and click when the selected edges turn into faces. We can change the width of the faces here. Go to the Face Select mode. We are going to delete these faces. But we have created some extra faces that we need to keep. So, select these faces separately and delete faces like this. Go back to the Object mode. We are going to add a guardrail for this wall. Press Shift A, go to Mesh, and select Cylinder. We can change the properties of the cylinder over here. We don't need this many vertices. Try to use lesser vertices as possible. Reduce the radius to 0.02 meters. Keep the rest as it is. And lift this up like this. Rotate the cylinder on the Y-axis by pressing R and then Y. And of course move the cursor. Press Ctrl key while rotating to snap the rotations to round values. Press Enter when the rotation is 90 degrees. Hit numpad 7 which takes us to the plan view to see this better. Move the cylinder along the Y-axis by 5 meters. Change the dimensions. Adjust the location of the cylinder like this. Zoom in on this edge. Go to the Edit mode, switch to the Edge Select mode and select these edges on the cylinder. Press Shift, Ctrl, Alt and S to shear. I know, that's a lot of keys. Press -1 and Enter. Now the edge you selected is sheared by 45 degrees. Zoom out. Press E and then Y to extrude the face like this. Extrude it by 1.5 meters. Now shear this edge again. Press Y to change the shear axis though. Do the same for this side as well. Press numpad 0 to look through the camera. Move this object down so that it is placed on these faces, like so. Now we need two other cylinders to be the posts that this object sits on. Add a new cylinder. Lift it up in the Edit mode. By the way, this is the difference between moving objects in the Object mode and in the Edit mode. Change the height like this. Go to the top view by pressing numpad 7. And move the cylinder to this corner. Duplicate it by pressing Alt D. Hit X and move it in the X direction. And click when the movement is 4 meters. That would give you an identical cylinder but without increasing the number of vertices in the scene. But you don't have to worry too much about these vertices right now. Just remember that the properties of these two are linked since you press Alt D instead of Shift D. The next step is adding a set of planks. We can start by adding a cube. Go back to the solid view. Press Z, move the cursor to the right like this and click. Move the cube by a meter in the Edit mode. Go to the Object mode and change the dimensions like this. Height should be the same as the room height. The width of the plank is 7.5 centimeters and the thickness should be 2.5 centimeters. You can put any value you think is appropriate. Now move this plank towards this corner like so. Let's focus on this plank. Click on this wrench icon to go to the Modifier Properties tab. From this drop-down, select Array. We want the array on the Y direction. Therefore, set factor x to 0. Insert -1 as the factor so the planks will be inside the room. And this 1 means the planks are exactly one width away from the nearest plank. Increase the count like this. However, when we input -1, we cannot see that we have more than 1 planks. To fix that, we can put -1.1 here. Now the planks are away from their nearest one by 1.1 of their width. We need few more planks. Now I am going to add a small slab to fit into the TV wall on the left. The workflow is the same, and I think now you can do it on your own. I'll just fast forward it. We can save the blend file now. Press Ctrl S. Choose the folder you want to save it in. Give a proper name and press Save Blend File. One final thing, we need to add a window. To do so, I'm using an add-on, which is an extra feature, we just have to enable it. Go to Edit, Preferences. You should be on this add-on section. Search for Archimesh. Tick here to enable it. Make sure these autosave preferences are checked too. Now we can add a window. Press Shift A, under Mesh, Archimesh, select Rail window. We can change the location of the window. Go over to this list here. We call it the outliner. Select this window group and change the location over here. To scale it properly, we can use the specific controls that comes with the add-on. Just scaling is not a good option. Select window frame from the outliner. Go to the Create menu. Change the window size like this. Width should be 4 meters. I'm fine with the thickness. Height should be 3.3 meters. Now this window and the floor is intersecting. We can lift this window a little bit. We did a lot. We are going to light this room in the next one. To see that, you know what to do.